and 4. The battle is on. It's going to be too close to call side by side. Long Joe gets it. Oh, we got contact. We got flips. Everywhere. We got big wrecks here going back to the front because we're racing back to the line.
William Page with the victory.
Looking for second here.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.
Huh? Musa, where did he come from?
Boyer trying to close the gap. He's gonna get to the bumper. Oh, just barely did not make it. And coming off of turn 4, Jeff Sikenis is gonna win it at Dover.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's highly anticipated feature presentation of the Full Circle Racing Designs Next Gen 75 miles, 30 laps around this, the Daytona International Speedway. As always, I'm your host, JoeTowNetwork. Alongside me tonight, he's a fun guy. He's a great guy. His name is Ricky Collette. Ricky, we get to do something very special tonight, don't we?
That is true, Joe. We get to do something very special tonight. We get to show off a brand new car here at Daytona. We're showing off a whole brand new NR2003 Next Gen mod by Full Circle Racing Designs. Gonna do a little fun exhibition race tonight here. 30 laps at Daytona with this new machine. Showing a work in progress state, but a nice little visual aid to give you an idea of what's coming up around the corner.
So, Bristol, our producer, of course, our dog producer, best dog producer in the business, he holds all the keys right now, right? He gets to decide when folks finally get to see this mod, and I mean, they got to say he's a good boy or something. I don't know. Did you hear anything from him in the truck out back, or?
I don't know. He doesn't talk to me. You know, you got a big head when you promote him.
Yeah. I mean, he's. But folks, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. There's a lot of you that are new here, and we can't thank you enough for that. We're going to talk with Mr. Thomas Philbrick. And Tom, you can boo Malin. You very much can. That is okay. It's okay to boo. It's okay to cheer. You do your thing. Just please don't boo Bristol. You can boo us. Just don't boo Bristol. But we're going to talk with... we are going to talk with Thomas Philbrick, lead designer, let's just bring him in. Leader of this group. Thomas, is that a good way? Is that a good way? Because we're kind of holding the fans at home. We're making them wait for it a little bit here. They can see the cars in the background. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted the suspense to be built up. This was all your directive.
I mean, I am kind of a drama queen, so, you know, suspense is kind of my thing.
That is, well, let's go to our Spectator Cam, so it's even farther away, but I got the chance to talk with you before the race. I'm sure Ricky will have some great questions for you, too, because he's always great at doing these interviews, but, the big thing out of this that I got when I was talking with you earlier, this has been a unique experience for you. It's been, you used the word, it was a humbling experience. Tell the folks at home why that is, how this has all come about, because you have a great team of guys around you helping you create this mod.
So, honestly, this all kicked off last year. Me and a couple of my buddies were joking. I've always painted paint schemes, and I take pride in, you know, I do really good replica work. Well, my buddies were joking and pushing me after Mystical made the started his tutorial series, and I ended up watching it thinking, okay, that's cool, but didn't put a ton of stock into it. then just it kept nagging at me till I ended up just sitting down, watching through, learning 3D modeling, and it got. I posted a few pictures and it got a reaction, so it's like, okay, I'll kind of continue. And as things have progressed, and like Noah, I've got a ton of respect for what Noah's done for the community, what he's done as an artist. And, he came to me after one of my early videos and was just, hey, if you need help with the templates, just let me know. And, templates are something I could have probably done, but not to the level that Noah's going to be able to do. And just as this progressed, just more and more people that I've looked up to, like Cosmin with Splash and Go and Mystical, I've been able to work alongside and talk to them, and just having so many of my peers that I've looked up to and just the community at large, supporting something I've done. I never thought that 10 people would be interested in the work I do, let alone the following on Twitter and throughout other social media outlets. It's something mentally I was never prepared for, and I don't, if I were younger, I wouldn't handle it the same way I am, but as I've matured and gotten older, it really shows me that, it doesn't matter who you are, as long as you put the work out there, you can make something great. And like I say, just the reception of the community, I don't know how to handle it exactly, because I've never thought I'd be in this position. And I'm grateful, like the kind words, the just everything that's happened is amazing, and I would have never thought I'd be here.
Well, we definitely never thought we'd be here, giving us the opportunity to show this off to all the folks at home, and they're getting their first looks at the mod right now. Is Big Wreck back there, but there's been people asking the question. I don't want to ask it because I know it's a fluid situation about release dates and whatnot. We're not going to ask those questions because that is, you got a lot of time, right? This car isn't going to actually debut for a while. I'm sure there's a lot of other things you want to see, but what can folks at home expect with the rollout of this mod, right? Is it like car set wise? Your guys' support at Full Circle Racing Designs. What should they expect once this comes out?
Right now, the plan is we're shooting for like mid off season. Obviously, if as it gets closer to the next gen unveiling, NASCAR starts showing like an updated interior or something, we definitely want to give time so that we can rework because the car is not seeing the track till February, and NASCAR has shown that they are very willing to make changes. So I don't want to push too heavily to get it out early to have to immediately revisit, but I definitely want to get it in the hands of everybody before the season starts. And car set wise, what we're looking towards is a full set based on like the silly season report of when we get to the point of focusing on a release car set. And then the team members are going to include some fun fictionals or customs or just concepts that we want to include. And I'm working on a few fun little inclusions I can do on my own end from, like my personal workload. A few years ago, I did a BGN03 car set over on NR2003. I forget exactly how many cars, but because when the mod released, it didn't have a whole lot of cars. So I just went ahead and like in a week or two painted an entire car set. Never doing that again.
Never doing that again. And folks, we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to get our video resolution set because mistakes were made. But that's what you get here at JTN. We make little mistakes. But we're human, just like you. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Just like that. Bristol didn't get his pats on the head from chat. So he was very disappointed. But now he's got things figured out. And we're talking with Thomas Philbrick, leader of Full Circle Racing Designs. Talk about the Full Circle name, because you had a I don't want to take it from you, because you had a very interesting description of how the name came about, why it came about, and kind of how it's a good representation of what you guys are trying to do for the community as a whole.
So, this keeps digging back to the past, but that's kind of how stories unfold. But so my dad used to run a company called Full Circle Fabrication, and growing up, that name has just always stuck with me. When I've done my sim racing, I've always done Full Circle Racing as my personal team that I quote unquote drive for. And when I was sitting down, and realizing I didn't want to do this mod and have it be directly under just my name, because eventually I was going to need a team. I knew right off the bat, once I got really rolling, that it was not something one person can do on their own. And I started thinking, what would be a cool name, and the more I thought about it, and I've enjoyed NR2003 since the day it came out. I've enjoyed mods, I've enjoyed paint schemes, I've enjoyed so much content that other people put so much time into. Same with pretty much anybody listening to this and the entire team out on the track. And, it's to the point where most of the people on this team, we haven't been part of a mod. We've released content, but we haven't been at doing the scope of what we're attempting to do. And it just made sense, we're bringing our time in the community and on this game, sim, whatever you want to call it. We're bringing our time here full circle, and we're at the position where we can finally give back to something we've truly enjoyed. And that, to me, is one of the greatest things. It's a almost 20-year-old game, but there's still people that enjoy and love this game, same as I do. And I'm lucky enough to have a set of skills I was able to discover and, work towards providing or giving back.
I think you're giving back a really great thing to all the people in the community, right? Because that's been our message here at JTN since we've started. Is we want to help keep this game alive, and that's why again, so thankful to you, your entire team, for giving us this opportunity, this chance to show the folks at home, give them a little bit of this insight. But that's what it's all about, right? It's all about trying to keep this game alive, leave it in good hands for the next group that wants to keep going with it, because this is the best sim that I think a lot of us would say it's the best sim that's ever made, just because of its longevity, right?
I mean, 100%. There's rarely anything that holds up and can gain new attention year after year that's anywhere near like 10, 15 years old, especially now in the digital age. Stuff doesn't hold up. But NR2003, they left it enough of a sandbox where people like Splash and Go, Sim Racing Designs, and now my team, it's open enough where people can keep content going for it, and that's what has been a blessing.
Yeah. It's the sandbox, folks. That is what makes this game so great. Ricky, I know you had a really good question lined up. You want to go ahead and ask it? I know you're a little timid during these interviews and stuff.
Yeah, I actually did have a question I wanted to ask about. Just referring to kind of development, we're talking about how things have been very fluid with trying to get this up to speed, get this out to release. What I want to ask is kind of on the other end of that, on the preliminary stuff, how did you guys go about the design process on this when, we didn't really have a concrete idea of what these cars were going to look like, or really what these bodies were going to be, what manufacturer was running how much did that impede the progress of what you guys were trying to do? And did you ever have to sort of like just take guesses at things to see if they'd work?
So the models that are currently in the mod, if I had to give a rough estimate, I'd say this is about my 7th generation of model. I last year when I was working on this learning the mod process, I made something based off of the prototype they were testing, and it was enough for me to have models in the game to work on different things for the script and everything. And then it was literally a waiting game of waiting for NASCAR to decide what the cars were going to look like. And I'll admit there was a time when I lost my laptop. It just completely died on me that I had made the original alpha on. So I lost about 3/4 of a model that could have been refined and probably put out public. And that kind of sapped it out of me, but I had my Discord going, and I had a few people already in the Discord and on the team. And about the time NASCAR started teasing the unveiling, they got real active in the Discord and started posting pictures, and it's like, man, I looked at it, and I posted so much and talked up, and I told myself I was going to do it. Losing that laptop really hurt, but just seeing that those guys were still in there, still hanging around, I had no choice but to continue. Like, there's literally people looking up to me, or relying on me. Not that this had to be done, but it's having a team, and it not just being my own reputation. There's other guys tied to the project now, so I have to give more than I've ever given anything, because it's not just me on the line, it's other people.
Well, seeing the interest from all the folks at home, whether it be on, Twitter, which I know we were talking with you earlier, you were very hesitant about with the social media and whatnot. Whether it be on Twitter, whether it be in our chat tonight, that they are very excited for this. I know a lot of them would say that they are very thankful for this, because you guys are providing a great service to the community as a whole, and trying to leave it in better hands than when you received it. And that's a tall task with a lot of the mod makers that have come before. But Thomas, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us before this one. Congratulations on all the success so far. Thank you for giving us this opportunity again. And I hope we get to talk to you again, but at the end of the night when you're down in the winner's circle.
Thanks again for doing this broadcast for us, and just your involvement in keeping things going for NR2003. And to anybody listening, I really do appreciate all the support, and I want you guys to know that we are doing and working hard to deliver the best product we can. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
Thomas Philbrick, everyone. I'm saying that right too, right? I forgot to ask. I'm saying the last name right?
Yep.
Okay.
It sounds like a first name followed by the word brick.
Okay. Thomas, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Again, good luck tonight, and hopefully we get to talk to you again before the night's over. And Ricky, I mean, I think that just, it goes to show you how much these guys really care about the product they're putting out there, right? You can't say that any of these guys aren't dedicated to this. And making sure that there's something good for the community to continue on, right? You have an all-star cast, really. I mean, obviously, Thomas has done a great job with these models. He talked about having to completely restart the process, right? That I can't. Oof, that would be so frustrating,
Yeah.
right?
I've had that happen before. I've lost saves on my computer for things. I cannot bring myself to get back to work on something when I like lose it to that point. So that's incredible to have to deal with all of that modeling work again.
And that's the thing, right? This mod, for the folks at home, they're still a ways away from releasing it, but the big thing they wanted to do was to get this out here for you folks, so you can have something to enjoy, so you can have something to look at, to continue to build your hype, your anticipation for it. And again, we are just so proud, so thankful that we're able to kind of showcase this for you. And we hope that you stick around after this, right? You stick around for all of our other stuff here on JTN, but more importantly, you check out all the links in the description below for all the folks that have made this mod possible to date. We have links to their Twitter pages for the most part, where you can find more information from them. You can give them a follow, so that way you can stay up to date, because that will be the best way to stay up to date, especially making sure that you're following for Full Circle Racing Designs on Twitter. And yeah, I think that's it. So a couple notes for the folks at home too. No damage model yet on this car, so that is still a work in progress, right? This is pre-beta. So we're still a ways away. And then we will be doing our best to show you guys what you want. We'll show you the interiors here in a little bit. But again, take everything with a grain of salt, because things are still getting worked on. And, yeah. This is so exciting.
Yeah, it's a very pretty mod, and yeah, get ready tonight, guys, because it's going to be great. It's going to be fun to watch these guys race, and 30 laps, a nice little rapid-fire exhibition here with a cluster of people for this. Should be a fun time. It will be, like you said, Joe, it's still work in progress here, so there are caveats to that. Like I said, no damage model yet, little bits and pieces of things that are still in progress, but the important thing is you got working full models of these things out on track here, and we're gonna get to see some racing with them here in probably about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so.
It's gonna be great, folks. If there's anyone in the race that you want us to chat with, let us know.
Hey, Mikey.
I don't.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Mikey. I think he would kill me. But we're gonna go straight to race too. So we're gonna lottery draw for our starting positions here tonight.
Let's see what the chat say. I see Lefty. I see Mikey. Mikey, come on, just start with spamming some things in chat. Let's see who wins. Let's let the
Get
chat
a poll
decide.
going.
Who do you guys want to talk to?
Who do you guys want to talk to?
Let's see. Lefty, Mikey, Saddam Hussein. I don't think he's in the race. Melon.
Greg.
Lefty.
Wait, you can't double vote.
Randall.
Not Tyler. I think that's -1.
Wandel. I've seen a lot of Saddam Hussein, Joe. I don't think we can get Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, I would appreciate it if chat would stop saying someone that we have.
Tommy in chat. Tommy's in chat. He's saying
GoMikey.com. Well, I'm seeing the question, so here's the cockpit, right? I don't know, and my assumption is that the cockpit won't be digital, and because it's the game, right? It's going to be something that they'll have to work with, but this is what the cockpit looks like right now for folks at home. So, there you go. Tyler Mallon getting a big push from Noah Sweet there in the 21.
So, I don't know, Joe. Who do you want to talk to first? I saw a lot of Saddam Hussein. I know I think the people at home are going to be disappointed. We cannot bring back the dead. I think there's a union clause saying that Bristol can't bring back the dead.
Yes.
So, who do you?
And I don't think we negotiate with terrorists either. I think I'm allowed to say that.
Saw Lefty, I saw Mikey, I saw James.
I think if I, Bristow. Is that Bristol? There we go. I would get Bristol on here, but he is, he's very tied up at the moment right now.
Cannot in chat. We cannot bring back the dead, bro. It can't be harder than making an NR2003 mod. That is okay. Yeah, you got me there. You got me there. Joe, get the Ouija board. We're bringing them back.
Let me get my webcam out real quick.
Get the webcam.
Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, let's run through our promotional stuff. We are JTN. We're on Facebook at JoeTowNetwork on Facebook, on Twitter. Big Crash, sweet into the wall. Oh man. You follow JTN, Facebook, Twitter. You can check out, we got a bunch of links in the description below. One thing I would like to point you towards, check out AutoSim. It's another NASCAR racing game that's been developed in the last year. You can go check it out. Autosim.weebly.com. And it's a free-to-play text-based racing game made by a good buddy of mine. So go check that out too after the podcast. That's a fun little game. Owner mode just came out for donators. They're on AutoSim, so expect it to the general public very, very soon. Did get an AutoSim plug. Ken Squires there in the 25. These cars look so good.
They do. They look very good. All right, Joe. Yeah, time to stew on it. Who do you think?
Well, I don't want to play it because I don't know when we're going racing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was. Oh, yeah. You're right. Because it was a.
I thought we were just going straight to race at 9:30.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
I'm kind of worried.
A little worried. Yeah, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried too. Then.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Let's give it 2 minutes here, because if we can get you guys to the race, then you get to see some.
Then you get to see some
fun.
racing.
Yeah, we're seeing in the chat Randall Coleman giving the 2 minutes warning.
Thank you, Randall. We will just stick to us two bantering up here because that is obviously what people at home want.
We'll get these guys in the booth for interviews as the night goes on, as we get to the end of the race here. Saddam Hussein wins the race. Obviously, he will be interviewed in Victory Lane, but I don't believe he's in the server right now. I don't think so
either. Let's stop with that. All right, cool. Folks, if you don't mind to make sure you're subscribed to us here on JTN. We got live NR2003 broadcasts all the time. Next one's gonna be live tomorrow night with Bomb Squad Racing. They're running an oldie but a goodie, the Bull Ring Gen 6 mod at Daytona Tally Rally. So make sure you go check that out. Again, make sure you're subscribed to us here on JTN. Hit the little bell icon. You'll be notified anytime we go live. Our new content is posted, because we do a lot more than just NR2003 races, but we'd love to see you in a broadcast here. Upcoming. And Thomas is in the wall.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a fun time too. It's Daytona week. It's
Daytona week.
You know, that fun time where everyone's running the super speedways. It's gonna be a riot tomorrow night. Always fun with those guys racing at Daytona. And tomorrow night shouldn't be any different. It's gonna be fun. Tomorrow night's gonna be fun. Whole lot of double whammy of super speedway racing this week for you here on JTN.
Noah Joyce in chat saying go watch USRL Season 7. You can do that too.
Go marathon the entirety of Tommy's World.
Go watch Tommy's World.
Actually, go marathon Tommy's World. That is the best thing in television out there right now.
That's your JTN lore, is Tommy's World, actually. Good buddy Tommy Bordeaux. We saw him in chat earlier.
He was in chat. Yeah, he was in chat earlier.
Couldn't make it to Daytona tonight. Unfortunately. Now we're doing burnouts.
It's kind of just wrapping up here right around 9:30 here, and they just bumped it over. We are in happy hour, so I think they're going to let these guys get in their pit stalls, get a bearing. It'll be a random qual tonight. So, Joe, if you want me to, I can rattle through this starting lineup real quick.
Go for it.
All right, so start for tonight's race. 11 cars, so a nice little exhibition race, a nice little shootout, 11 people, IROC style type of race tonight, random draw. At a qualifying time of 0.000 seconds, the 81 car of Tyler Mallon will be sitting on pole tonight.
A lot of folks looking at that car as it rolls through tech.
Starting alongside him on that front row is going to be the 55 of Mikey Murata in that Napa machine. Randall Coleman in the 9 will roll off third. The 22 car, James Hodge, will roll off from the 4th position. Nathan Kiani in the 5 will roll off from the 5th spot. Thomas Philbrick, we just talked with him, starting to the 6th position, the 23 machine. Ken Squires with an S, so not Ken Squire, but Ken Squires. Multiple Ken Squire. The 25 will start for the 7th position tonight. Starting from 8th will be the 15 of Matt Watkins. From 9th will be the 21 of Noah Sweet. I take that back. There's 10 cars, because in the next spot behind him in 10th would be the 7 of Noah Sweet.
Yeah.
And there's not 2 Noah Sweets in the field. So take that car out of it.
One of them's out of it.
So rolling off 10th tonight will be the... Oh, James Hodge is in... Oh, James Hodge is listed in the 0, too. Okay, so James Hodge is in 2 cars, Noah Sweet in 2 cars. I'd take that back. So the last car in the field is the
real
21
quick,
of Noah Sweet.
We are professionals.
That car's not nice.
We are professionals at what we do. It's just we're not. This is a fun night.
Look, you want to talk about the 81 how to go through tech here. The 21 and the 22 figured out cloning in the full course of half an hour, and nobody batted an eye. So you know who's really the bad guy here.
2 Noah Sweets and 2 James Hodges.
James Hodges is.
I think they do a lot of good for the NR community. I hope Noah's running that 7 car because I love the maize and blue, but
nope, he's running the 21.
I know.
Just out of spite for you.
Yeah. Okay, he didn't want to. I don't think he wanted to share in the U of M football sadness here.
30 laps here tonight, Joe. How do you think fuel mileage is going to work? What do you think for
We're
pit
good.
stops? Do you
We're
think we
good.
have to really
No pit stop.
deal with anything this evening? Or
Literally
do you
no
think
pit
they're just
stop.
going to be
We're running 30 laps.
30 laps wide open? No reason to stop. Just a
Nope.
full mad dash to the finish here.
Yes, sir.
A fun little exhibition.
Yes, sir. We're just having fun tonight. That's what we're doing.
Just having a dangled hoot here tonight.
We hope chat continues to have fun. Remember to leave your head scratches for Bristol. Or treats. He likes treats.
And if you like what we're doing here tonight, make sure to tune in tomorrow night because we're going to have even more cars at Daytona for an even longer race. And those always get wild here. Every time we do a super speedway race, no matter what the league, it's always a fun time. It's like Christmas 4 times a year when everyone starts running Daytona and Dega, and you just sort of get a bunch of races all together of like 30 car lobbies racing together in NRs. It's fun to still see that stuff kind of happen because it's a wild time.
It is definitely the only chance I ever had to win races. Oh, there's a big crash. Oh my goodness.
Oh, big wreck. Randall Coleman in the 9. You see all those roof laps? Roof lap work.
That's a good safety feature.
Look at those roof flap graphics. State-of-the-art roof flap technology.
Question: if you crash the next gen mod, does it kill you in real life? Hopefully not.
If you die in the game, you die in real life. I think.
This isn't
Which
Jumanji.
movie established that's a real? How many movies established that's not real? Because I think there's like a 50-50 on that right now.
Like Jumanji was one where you like got put into the game, right?
Yeah.
Or like that was the new one.
Let's just say it says Jumanji rules. Whatever Jumanji dictates is what we'll go forward with. So if it kills you in Jumanji, it'll probably kill you in this.
Is damage still on? I thought damage was off.
It's it's on moderate. So if you want to, if you
Remember,
want to,
Randall
talk
Coleman
about
is the best
bit of a
league
curveball,
admin
it's
ever.
moderate damage, so they won't be able to see it, but they'll feel it.
They won't be able to see it, but they'll feel it. That's where's the Melon Man? In that 81 Intel. Do you think he's got any good intel underneath that car?
Intel inside that car, maybe. Yeah,
I feel like that was kind of like a layup. But
you got a 0.000 to 2 mile track. Like I don't know. I won't be able to tell you exactly what that is in miles an hour, but I think he broke the light barrier.
Huh. Tell us who you think's gonna win the race in chat. Like, let's get that going. Getting ready to go
And here
racing.
we are, lined up on the back straightaway, ready to roll for tonight's main event, a 30 lap shootout, not a 30 lap shootout here at Daytona. We get these guys rolling here in a second. Should be a fun time. Everyone wants bragging rights. There's so many people watching. They want to look cool on TV. So there's no bigger carrot on a string than clout.
Ricky couldn't have said it better myself. Getting ready to roll off here. 9 cars battling for one victory here at the Daytona International Speedway, the inaugural NR2003 Next Gen Mod Race. First of its kind. Will never be another like it. Getting ready to roll off and get underway.
Until they make a new car in 5 years.
Be quiet, Ricky. Tyler Mail and Mikey Murata going to roll off on row number 1. Randall Coleman, Nathan Chiani, row number 2. Row 3, it's going to be James Hodge in the 22 and the 25 of Ken Squires. Row 4, it's going to be Mr. Thomas Philbrick. And then the 15 of Matt Watkins. Rounding out your field, Noah Lefty Sweet in the 21. So take 7 and multiply it by 3. Pace car makes the hard left turn down the pit lane. Control of the field given to Tyler Mallon. He waits to see the green flag. Down and away we go. Green flag here from Daytona.
Green flag is out there, side by side coming into turn 1 here. Tyler Mallon getting a little bit of a push in the 9 of Randall Coleman. Mikey Murata waiting on some help there for the 5 car. Gonna let Mallon pull ahead to the lead. Randall Coleman gets the second, jumps to the high side. He's gonna get to the back bumper of Mallon, push him down the back straightaway here. Tyler trying to split the difference front. Randall Coleman gonna push hard on that outside with Mikey Murata, and he's gonna get there. They're gonna be door to door coming through turn 3.
Those two very familiar, working with each other on these super speedways. Also, we're working a lot together in opening practice here tonight, so not surprising to see them work well early on in this one. Coleman going to lead lap number 1 in that number 9 Hooters Chevy Camaro.
He's giving him a big push, really not getting off his back bumper here. Down bottom, Tyler Mallon's starting to get a bit of a push on the 22, but Mike Murata dives to the bottom of the track. He wants that lead. He wants to take this from Randall Coleman, get a lap led here. They're going to be side by side coming down the back straightaway. You see this, Joe? It's a 9-car field here tonight. Not a lot of cars, but the bright side, what that means is there's not a lot of opportunity to make a freight train. You kind of are always not at a huge number deficit, top or bottom, depending on where you run. It's not hard to kind of split up a group and make everyone run too wide. So we're going to see a lot of that tonight. As you see a little further back, 25 Ken Squires gets a little tight there in turn 4, almost gets into the outside wall. 15 and Matt Watkins had to check up for him. That's going to slow up that high line. Randall Coleman's going to be waiting a little bit on that momentum. That's going to let the 23 taking the 81, excuse me, take an opportunity here at the 55 of Mikey Murata.
I was going to say that outside line was looking really, really good to start this race. Now starting to fall off as the numbers have swapped to the bottom. Mikey Murata leading that line. Now Hodge going to go to the outside in that number 22 Honda Accord.
And Joe, looks like they're getting a pretty good suck up right now. Really good to set up a slingshot as the 22 and 23 almost get together. 23, Philbrick down on the apron. He keeps it steady, keeps it straight, back on track. We'll see if he can catch the draft here of the 15 of Watkins, but great save by Thomas Philbrick there.
Got to thank the driver of that 23. None too pleased with that 22. One number off, I'm sure he's giving him that extra one out the window.
That might be the case. These guys started to spread out, which is going to help him out a little bit here. He's already back up to speed. He's back rolling about 192, so I think he's got Watkins' draft here. Randall Coleman back there as well. I think Philbrick will be able to hang on here. He's already running faster than some of those guys in the back. But now they're going to filter out a little bit, single file for the moment. Mikey Murata still leading here. But I think Tyler Malin's not going to be content with riding around. James Hodge, same thing. You saw him looking around. Again, small grouping as Hodge goes to the bottom, Malin goes to the top. I can't do my P's and Q's tonight, but Malin goes up high. They're going to be side by side coming to the line. Mikey Murata leads that lap, but now the 81's going to get a push from the 21 right behind him of Noah Sweet.
Not going to be enough, though, to get side by side with the 55. Now, side draft doesn't work like it does in the real world here in NR2003, but yeah, there's definitely a psychological aspect to it. Look for Malin to start hugging that 55, especially as we get into the later stages of this race. They're side by side down into 3. Murata going to get the advantage, but Malin going to have a good run off the corner, I do suspect.
And Mikey Murata hitting the apron just a little bit. You don't want to do that too many times. You're going to scrub off some speed, but he's hanging on to it. They need some numbers on that high line. You can see Malin's holding even with our leader right now. It's just that the 25's gone up. Ken Squires with him, and you see now he's starting to get that edge. Now he's starting to kind of pull just a little bit, like a fender ahead of Mikey there on that top line. It's going to be a matter of who can keep the closest together. You can kind of, if you don't have the numbers in your line, you can kind of make up for that by staying very tightly knit together. But right now, Tyler Malin doesn't need that because the whole top line is grouped up together, and now we got a 5 and 4 split. Low line at disadvantage, but Mikey Murata is trying to hang on with that lead.
He's trying, not getting a good push right now. That 22 has fallen back. Murata kind of alone there on the bottom, even though he's got cars behind him. Malin going to take the lead on this lap. Let's see if he sticks to that outside with in front of Noah Sweet.
Let's going to stay on the outside for the moment.
Going to take him with him.
Yeah, there they go. So here they come. Tyler Malin back to the lead here. Daytona with Noah Sweet in the 21 pushing him. Mikey Murata still rolling around in third place. Drops to the apron, interestingly enough. I don't know if that's by design or if Mikey just got loose there.
I think
3 wide down the back straightaway. 22's going to split the middle. Mikey's going to fall in at the back of the grouping. And here comes that 25 of Ken Squires. Big push from Randall Coleman. They're going to take it to the outside of the 21, I think. Nope, they're going to hang out for a second. Nope, now they do it. Nope. They're looking. He's looking, but he just doesn't want to commit to that just yet.
they're trying to figure out a way. Now, if this race gets strung out like we're seeing right now, for too long, it's going to make it even harder to make that pass for the lead because everyone kind of starts losing a little bit of faith in each other, right? Hey, if I make a move, this guy's just going to try to freight train me on the bottom. We're seeing that right now. Coleman went to the outside, the 22 of Hodge went to the inside, got underneath him, took the position. If we get single file for too long, these drivers, they're going to start to think, hey, I'm just going to stay single file here. I don't want to lose any spots. They're going to stop taking the risks that they were when we were already too wide. They're going to stop trying to change the lines, and you're in a small field already. I think that's a... If it was me, I'd be taking as many risks as possible because the worst I can finish right now is 9th.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Joe. I don't think we're going to see a whole ton of single file just because the field's so small. Even if they're all single file and you're taking a bunch of moves trying to make something happen, it's not a huge grouping that you're messing with there. So you're falling really quickly to the back, catching the field, and you stay going. There's not a lot of penalty for trying it. So I think if these guys keep throwing things at the wall, someone else is eventually going to go with them. Right now, Tyler Malin kind of trying to split top and bottom, but he's let the 22 get in underneath the 21. Noah Sweet. Oh,
Big
Malin
block.
shuts the door on Hodge. But Tyler Malin, without his drafting partner now, still has the lead.
An uneasy alliance right now between a Toyota and a Ford. Sweet got to the outside through the tri-oval. Going to make a play for the lead now, down into 1.
Oh, Sweet had a huge push there down the front straightaway. He didn't wait on Malin. He's been pushing Malin for a little bit there, but he wants the lead now. He's making a charge for it. They are side by side here, coming through turn 2, coming down the back straightaway. He's got Randall Coleman on the back bumper. Tyler Malin's got James Hodge on the back bumper of his machine. Just in a dead heat here. Who could pull ahead? 21's got it right now by just, he's a fender short of clearing him. But Randall Coleman is not letting up from that 21 Ford Mustang.
I recall a time when the 9 of Randall Coleman was a teammate of mine, and always was very very easy with the pushing. Not seeing that here tonight. He is all over the back bumper of that 21 car. I know there was nothing for you to do with that.
Splinter up a little bit here. Malin gets caught in the middle, but everyone's going to start to filter out. Malin jumps to the high side. 21 is going to jump ahead of Randall Coleman here. Going to hang on to that lead.
So Noah Sweet, your leader. Randall Coleman in second. Matt Watkins, James Hodge. Now Nathan Kiani to the inside of Tyler Malin for fifth. Going to get that spot. Ken Squires into the wall. They are coming off of turn 4.
Fire gets into the wall. I don't want to do that too much. Still has some momentum, so it's going to try to draft off of Tyler Malin in the 81.
Coleman trying to get the high side working up front. Doesn't have enough of a solid push right now. Allow Kiani and Hodge to get on by.
You can see that, and Tyler Malin was doing the same thing, but Noah Sweet in the 21 doing it as well. Almost kind of snaking down the back straightaway here, almost in an IndyCar style, if you will. Just trying to sort of, like what you see at the front straightaway at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, just trying to break that draft a little bit. Don't really give those guys enough time to set up that run. Just kind of keep taking away the line that would be the most preferable to them. Really good heads-up driving by the 21 and also by the 81 for doing that earlier. But right now, everyone's starting to kind of splinter out. 21, 22 on the bottom by themselves, with the 5 and Nathan Kiani's kind of looking all over the place, trying to see if he can find some way to get around these guys. But Randall Coleman up top's got Mikey Murata pushing him. Thomas Philbrick's right there. The 23, Murata falls down. So they're all kind of, they're moving around everywhere. 25, because Squires is making a charge on the high line now. But this is what I was talking about, Joe, is that it's not a big field, so there's not a huge penalty to dropping towards the back. You can kind of just, it's not hard to get back up to the front. You just got to figure out what you need to do to get there. Everyone's kind of just taking some big shots right now. And you see it, the whole field's kind of all scattered. The leader doesn't really have a consistent line pushing them.
Closing it on halfway in this one in just 2 laps. But Ricky, you talked about that. Sweet onto the apron. You don't want to do that. It's Chassis Zero, and we haven't really talked about the track combination that we're running here tonight, but Chassis Zero kind of races like a boat sometimes, right?
Yeah, it's a bizarre... Chassis Zero is a very bizarre animal, and I think the best way to describe it is sometimes it handles like a boat. I was listening to some of these guys talking about this as they were running laps in practice, that for anyone that's ever run Daytona, you kind of know that with the caster, this kind of goes to setup too, but the caster that you have in the car, you're always kind of counter steering just a little bit going down the front straightaways. These cars right now do not have any of that. It is very much, as soon as that wheel is straight, the car is going straight. Chassis Zero has some weird physical properties with these cars in terms of how they handle, and the setups kind of have to get very weird to account for that. And right now, probably interesting what they're racing out there right now. But as we're talking about that, James Hodge of the 22 getting the push of the 25, gets around the 21 and Noah Sweet. So Sweet now dropping back. Mikey Murata now making a charge on that 21 for the 3rd spot.
I'm going to say, as you put half the folks at home to sleep, we had a pass for the lead. Sweet now falling back to 4th. Ricky, why am I so mean to you?
I have that effect on people. Here comes Thomas Philbrick, though, making a big charge back here in the 4th position, right on that apron, trying to get underneath Mikey Murata to see if he could steal that spot of the low line, but he can't. A moment. These guys hang on. Ken Squires, just a few laps ago, we were talking about him being in the wall, and like I said, not a lot of land that you have to cover to get back up to the front here with 9 cars, and Squires figured that out pretty quickly there. Got from scraping the wall to right back up into 2nd place. Looking around, trying to see if he can make a move on the 22 of James Hodge.
Folks, while we've settled down for a little bit, would like to divert your attention for a second to look at our upcoming races here on JTN. Again, we'll be back live with you tomorrow night from Daytona with the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series, Bomb Squad Cup at Darlington, All-Star Racing Cup at Darlington, Bomb Squad Cup Series at Richmond. All those races, of course, live here on JTN. You're going to want to make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of any of those leagues. Some great racing action for you coming late in the next couple weeks. We got a full slate here on JTN, so you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed, get your race and fill here as school starts for a lot of folks, and we get into the fall. Again, presented by our friends at TWB Technologies. Together, we are better. Hodge out front, known. He's the Honda guy, getting that Honda out front right now, Ricky. Can he stay there?
Yeah, really trying to put that, give old Brembo there some attention. The one track where they're really not using brakes. So, a good time to advertise brakes. But James Hodge holding a good lead right now on these guys. Everyone else kind of just having to scramble to try to catch up with them.
Much of it's not really a scramble though, right? You're still kind of calm, right? You're still calm right now. You're still.
I don't know. There's a little yes, a little no.
You know, there's going to be a big wreck at the end of this one because someone's going to push a little too hard to try to win the first race with this mod. First televised race, maybe. Maybe these folks. Maybe they've gone off and they race with you, or maybe I don't know. What do I know?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
We just got called to a racetrack.
Right now,
Philbrick, big move to the outside.
Coming up here on 11 laps to go in this race. James Hodge still leading, but right now the 23 of Thomas Philbrick starting to get a push from Randall Coleman, Tyler Mallon, the 5 of Nathan Chiani starting to set up that high line. Hodge is going to want this race. He's going to have to work for it here as they come across the line. Takes lap 20 of 30. 11 laps to go here at Daytona. Can James Hodge hang on to this?
Can he hang on? Going to face a challenge from Philbrick on the outside here, getting a good shove from Randall Coleman in the 9. Those two Camaros trying to work together to pass the Honda, Camaro, and Mustang on the bottom. They got a Toyota tag along there as well. Philbrick, big run down the back straightaway. A little bit of an off-centered bump caused the 9 car to go wide. They're going to be side by side down into 3. That inside going to pull a little bit, but they are not as tightly formed up right now.
No, they're actually quite fractured at the moment, but Philbrick and Randall Coleman nose to nether region here, and a big push coming on that high line. Here comes Thomas Philbrick. He's going to try to make a charge here. I think he led that lap. He's got Randall Coleman pushed him ahead. He is not cleared yet, though. Mikey Barada in the back, kind of playing politician here, taking both sides, making sure that both lanes are staying even with each other, because he's just sort of trying to go with whoever's moving right now. But it's kind of keeping both lanes pretty even with who has numbers. But, Joe, where the TWBs tend to go?
We are, and that's a good time to start leading laps is on your TWB 10 to go. On behalf of TWB, head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com. From porches to patios to more for all your outdoor lighting needs. GardenLightsDirect.com. As you covered, again, that's GardenLightsDirect.com. GardenLightsDirect.com. GardenLightsDirect.com on your TWB 10 to go as the 9 and 23 went into the wall.
Yeah, they got a little bit of an issue there, got to the wall just a little bit. They have to try to rally back now. They give a good opportunity for Ken Squires, though, if he wants to start looking around to see if he can jump to that high line and make a move on our leader here. And so these guys are going to try reforming that high line pretty quickly, I would imagine. They're not going to stay single file here for very long. That 25 of Ken Squires looking pretty good right now in that position. Oh, he gets loose, and there goes the 21 onto the apron. Tyler Mallon goes with him. They all save it. I don't know how they hung on to that, Joe. Randall Coleman gets almost stuck in the middle there. They all filter out. Watch this. They're all going to coordinate right back together here. If anyone wants to make a good charge to that high line, this is going to be it. You see the 25 going up high. 21 goes down low. 25 gets a little tight. Tyler Mallon's pushing that 21 and Noah Sweet hard. Are they going to make a move on this 22 when they get to him? Sweet looks high. Sweet's looking high. But they're not going to be able to do it just yet.
Not going to be able to do it just yet. Mallon looking to the bottom of the 21. Going to get there down into turns 1 and 2. Going to have some help from Randall Coleman in the 9. Tyler Mallon going to move through into second. Coleman looking for third to the inside of Noah Sweet.
Here comes Tyler Mallon right back where they started. Sniffing down that leader. Started on pole. Mallon's seen the front so many times. And I would think that they want it back here. A few minutes before this race ends. ends out. But James Hodge really doing everything he can to block these guys right now without blocking these guys. You know, just taking their line away. Make sure that they can't get a nose underneath him, or anyone can get a nose underneath him here.
And that's where if you're Tyler Mellon, you start doing the fake right, go left as he does there down into one, can't get it done.
You just see James Hodge gets a really good run into the turn there. Actually, it helps him gap out on these guys just a little bit. But the problem is when you do that, everyone else gets a huge suck up. Watch this. Tyler Mallon's going to get a huge head of steam with Randall Coleman right behind him. We'll see what Mallon does. Mallon's going to go high. He's going to go high in the 22. He's going to try racing him into turn 3 here. He's got a fender on him.
Gonna have the outside. He's gonna have help from Randall Coleman. Coleman thought about going back down to the bottom. Noah Sweet fills that hole. They're side by side for first and third at the front of the field. Everyone else, though, on the bottom.
Tyler Mallon and Randall Coleman really trying to hold station there up top. They need some help if they want this to work. That low line started to shuffle up, and here comes Mikey Murata with Nathan Chiani right behind him. 15 of Matt Watkins going up high. Matt Watkins stays low, but 55 of the 5 are coming, which might be all that the 81 and the 9 need to get this help to be even with these guys.
They're going to need to have 5 of the 9, right? You want to have the more cars because you're going the longer distance around the track. That's just how the game works.
I don't even really think they need to. I think they just need the 4 and stay very close together. If there's 5 on the bottom, it don't need squat if they're all spaced out on each other.
Well, hey. And you're right. Philbrick down to the bottom. Hodge, though, Noah Sweet got to look to the inside. Can't get it done. Didn't have enough of a run. That camera is not the best.
And right now, Tyler Mallon really making a big charge on that high line. Randall Coleman is going to push them all the way past the 21. If the 21's not careful, he's really trying to get around that James Hodge right now. He just can't find anywhere to go. He's just boxed in. It's either push the 22 or pass him, and there's nowhere to pass him.
The options are limited right now, especially when you're two by two at Daytona late in the race.
They're going to start racing very close here. Tyler Mallon right there with the 22. Got the big push from Randall Coleman. Everyone's starting to filter up to that high line. They got the 5, Joe. Tyler Mallon to the outside as they come across the line for 4 laps to go. Tyler Mallon, James Hodge, side by side coming down the front straightaway.
And look, they're starting to give each other less and less room. I mean, hey, man, that's an interesting proposition. Still side by side down into turns 1 and 2. Mallon really hugging the door of Hodge there. Mikey Murata dips to the bottom.
Yeah, but Randall Coleman's going to give Mallon a big shot here down the back straightaway. That should help him out until the 5 gets to him. Mallon is staying even with this 22 right now. Here comes the 5 and Nathan Chiani. You start to see him come into the picture. 22, James Hodge going to pull back ahead. The 21 starting to gap that 25 of Ken Squires, so that's going to hurt their line a little bit if they're not all grouped up like I was talking about. No, Tyler Mallon's really trying to make a charge with Randall Coleman. Nathan Chiani into the outside wall, 3 wide in the back. But they stay rolling to the outside of the 22. Tyler Mallon.
I thought Hodge was going to get put 3 wide there for the lead. He was about to fall into that sucker hole, like you said. 3 laps to go now, 2.5 as we come off of turn number 2.
Joe, they're getting so close. If they touch fenders, they're going through the turns. As James Hodge is going to go up top and take that high line. If they touch fenders, someone's going to go up to that wall. These cars don't like, NR, these cars don't like touching that much. But Tyler Mallon starting to fall right behind James Hodge. He's got to duck to the bottom, leave Randall Coleman out to dry. Tyler Mallon going to try jumping back to the high line. That slingshot can't work. But he's going to go for the middle. He's going to drop to the bottom right underneath the 22.
He's on the apron. On the apron, going to lose a little steam, but going to stay to the bottom. 2 laps to go. Hodge, they make contact.
They go into the outside wall. They stay.
Oh, my goodness. They're wrecking. Matt Watkins around. Thomas Philbrick around.
This is going to be the race to the finish. Can James Hodge hang on to this? Randall Coleman, Mikey Murata, side by side right behind him. Who can pull it off? Is it Randall or is it Mikey?
They're going to be side by side for the second position. James Hodge loves what he's seeing in his rear view. Side by side for second is always good when you're the leader. Mikey and Randall make contact for the position. Squires turns the 25 or the 9. He's
Mikey
around.
He's going to be making a run on the 22 here. Can he get to him? It doesn't look like it. James Hodge is going to hang on to it.
Chiani around. Pace car going to lead him around for this, the white flag lap. we're going to fetch you a replay of all that went down there because stuff happened.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back to the start-finish line to really see how this whole thing started.
Roof cam on the 81 of Malin.
Allen gets down on the apron. Hodge is so close. Allen gets caught down on the apron. Comes back up on the track. And Hodge just barely. You could almost. That's like the width of a sheet of paper, or the thickness of a sheet of paper. What's that between 22 and 81 there? Hodge tried to come down and just barely hooked Malin and sent them both down there.
And the wreck down in turns 3 and 4. Squire's going to make contact with the 9 of Coleman. Send him around. Kiani going to slip on through for 3rd.
Out here on track, Joe. The leader's coming through the travel right now for white flag, checkered flag. Gonna be the end of the race here. James Hodge is gonna win our little 75-mile exhibition here at Daytona. The first NR2003 win in the next-gen car. Technically.
As far as we know.
As you see a car flipping.
Oh my goodness.
There's the underside. Tyler Malin showing you the underside of the car, which is, of course, smooth like the actual car is going to be. With that underpan.
There it is.
There it is. Racing.
Bumper grab a little bit. Quick note, too. Folks, if they were racing in the roof cam, they didn't have a rear view mirror here tonight, so just for you folks at home. First next gen payback.
Someone in chat saying first next gen payback.
I love it.
Oh, there they go. Look at them spinning.
Happening now?
They don't got damage yet, but man, they look pretty when they're spinning.
And they like to wreck. Oh my goodness.
Figure out what the 22 is. Looks like 22 is, no, 22 is still on track, so he'll probably be coming around to do his burnout. We're going to post-race here. Finally get some of these interviews. Looks like it's going to be the 22 of James Hodge, the 55 of Mikey Murata, and the 5 of Nathan Kiani. That will be our top 3 this evening.
Oh man.
People say, interview Hodge. Don't worry, he won the race. We gotta interview him.
Gotta interview the top 3 after this one. I'll wait to see him do some burnouts, though. We'll move on to our post-race coverage. Get you those results on your screen momentarily. Hopefully you enjoyed this race as much as we did. Hopefully you made sure to follow all these guys that put so much hard work into this mod, making it for you, the fans. At home, and hopefully you enjoyed the show like we did here tonight. James Hodge, burn it down here, winner at Daytona. Might actually be hard to burn it down with the Super Speedway setup. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Too.
Well,
you know, a couple times.
you know, NR2003, folks. There he goes. Again, folks, mod still in early development. Talked with Thomas Philbrick earlier on in the night, said they're aiming for midway through the off-season. If you want to keep up to date with that, you want to follow Full Circle Racing Designs on Twitter. We have them linked in the description below, pretty much at the top of the description. Crypt Up Burnout, yes indeed. Gonna try it again. That's all he's got. Do you want to see? Did we see the? I think we saw the Rex, right? We saw.
Yeah, we saw the Rex.
Okay, we saw enough of the Rex. So we'll move on to our post-race coverage here on JTN. We'll talk with our top 3 drivers. I'll also get to talk to them about this mod and, you know, what it means for them to be part of the team and developing it. We're going to get those results on your screen first, though. Of course, that's what you want to see. You want to see results, right? Is that what you want to see?
I want to see results.
Screen with our generic NR2003 export page. Thank you to NASCAR Racing 2003 for their help with our graphics. Yep. And remember, points don't matter here tonight. So are we going top to bottom, bottom to top?
I'll let you choose. I don't know.
Nope,
I
I
think
asked
top
you.
to bottom right now.
Top to bottom?
You get James Hodge while he's fresh.
Okay.
Get James Hodge while he's fresh.
Oh yeah, we're getting him when he's fresh because he's watching the broadcast talking with the driver, the number 22, James Hodge. James, you got a copy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey. Well, that's got to feel good, right? Winning that race?
Yeah, seeing as it's the first race I've done online in probably 9 years.
Oh.
I've done some iRacing, but for NR, yeah, that was the first one in quite some time. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. My number 22 Brembo brakes Honda did everything a Honda should do. It lasted all the way to the end, and it had good gas mileage, so can't complain.
Can't complain. Well, let's talk about that first because you are known as the Honda guy.
Oh yeah.
Give the folks at home the backstory and where that love for the old H badge came from.
Sure. So I grew up kind of mixed between a Chevy and a Dodge guy. My parents had both. First car I ever drove was a Dodge Durango, and then I kind of switched over to Chevys. My aunt sold me my a 2000 Monte Carlo, and so that was right around the same time I got into NASCAR too. So I was really into that I was driving the Monte, same car that was on the track, kind of. And I had Chevys. I had a Silverado up until the economy crashed and gas was $5 a gallon, and ended up needing to get something more fuel efficient. And that was when I met my now wife, and she was huge on Hondas. She drove a 2000 Accord, and this was in 09, so it was going on almost 10 years old, and it was like 200,000 something miles, and it was just it looked great, it ran great. And she was telling me, oh, you got to get rid of this truck, big old gas guzzling V8. You better get a Honda. And so I went and looked at the Accord, and I fell in love with the coupe in the blue that they had it in. And so I got one of those, and I love that thing. And that just kind of started my, as you say, love affair with the Honda. And I'd been playing NR since I think 2005, and I'd been always making fictional paints for it. And then once I got the Honda, I was like, yeah, you know what? We got, I think Toyota had either gotten in or they were starting to think about getting in at that point. And I thought, hey, what if Honda got in? And started making my fictional templates, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. It's always good to be known for something too, right? I mean, that's got to feel good too, but
Absolutely.
But now you can add this. You can add the extra first next gen race winner in 2003. What does it mean though to be asked to come on board to help with the because mainly what you're doing is template work, right? Am I correct in knowing that?
Correct.
What does it mean to be like does that mean that means a lot to you, right? To be contacted to help out with the development of this, and you kind of get that early access and that head start on doing what you like to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anytime that you don't have to, go to someone and ask them like, hey, can I be a part of this? It's the opposite where they actually seek you out. That was incredibly flattering. Like that just kind of validated all the time I've put into the sim over the past 16 or so years to be seen as, oh, he's the guy to go to if you want this or that, especially if you're looking for a Honda. So yeah, that was great. Being able to get in and not only just with the templates, I'm seeing what else I can do as far as, the reflection mapping or textures, things like that. I'm a graphic designer as part of my actual job. So it's really cool to be able to use that for something that I enjoy as well outside of work.
That's always, I mean, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Love to see that you won this race, that you got the Honda to victory lane too. I mean, I don't think anyone saw that coming with the, everyone's out there running a Chevy, you're running a Toyota.
Right.
Dang.
Yeah, the lone Honda. I thought that was pretty good. So it's funny because I was by myself for a lot of practice, and I was just consistently in the back, and I was like, did I forget to bring the V8? Did I leave the Honda 4-cylinder in this thing? Because unfortunately, none of the Hondas I've owned, because I also had a Civic once I had kids on the way. We needed a 4-door, and then now I have a CRV, and none of them are particularly quick. So I was like, come on, this is the only chance I get to drive a Honda that's actually fast. But yeah, she proved to be pretty quick, I guess. So
Proved to be quick tonight. Won the race. Always do a great job with all the work that you do for the game, for the mods, for all the folks at home, and
I appreciate it.
Hey, love your work, love what you do. But before we let you go, if you got anyone else to thank, now's the time to do so. But also make sure I think I got your right Twitter in the video description. But if there is a better place to keep up with you, your work, I know you're running the paint scheme contest on Reddit right now too, helping out running that. But
that's right.
You can talk about that, whatever you got to talk about. Make sure you shout out your socials. Now's the time to do so.
Sure. Yeah. So on Reddit, it's the NR2K3. I know there's the NR2003. I started the NR23 just to kind of give an alternative. I'm not trying to copy what's being done in the other sub at all. I'm just looking to do something a little bit more focused on things like this mod or the real technical stuff that some of the veterans are interested in. If you do want to check out the rest of my work, you can check out nr2003.jhodgedesign.com. That's kind of just my home base of where I keep all my templates. I've got my on-track effects pack, the tire texture that Burnout 3D and I have put together, and just anything else. I've got the NXS20 mod on there too, since SRD unfortunately no longer has it. I've got the templates and the NXS20 mod, which I also had a part in helping with the Hondas on that one. Yeah, as far as thanking anybody, first of all, I thank my wife for watching the kids while I do this. That was a big help. Big shout out to Thomas Filbert for bringing me in on the mod. And as always, a big thanks to my buddy Douglas Allen, Burnout 3D. He's always there to support me, help me out with, giving me feedback on anything I'm doing. So big thanks to him. We've been friends going way back. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Big thanks to you for taking the time to talk with us after this one. Congratulations once again on the win. Thank you for all the hard work that you put into this sim. And we can't wait to get all the great results coming out of it. Congratulations once again.
Thank you. My pleasure.
James Hodge, driver the number 22. Honda winner here to Daytona. Now, Mikey finished second. Right? I think I want to talk with Nathan Chiani first.
All right, go ahead.
I think I want to talk with Mr. Nathan Chiani. You got a copy there, right, buddy?
Hello. Yep.
Okay. All right. I don't remember the last time I had the pleasure of talking to you. It's probably a long time, maybe never. But let's talk about the memester that you are.
Oh no. Where's this going?
I'm kidding. Talk about the race tonight because you had a front row seat to the carnage there at the end of the race. What did you kind of feel that getting ready to happen? Did you were you preparing for it, bracing for it, or did it come out of nowhere?
Yeah, I knew we were stacking up because we were all really tight on the fuel window, and we were just trying to push to the end. And then I see Tyler get really loose and go down on the apron, and I see everyone starting wrecking in front of me, and I just prayed that I got through it, and I did. So there's that.
So you're saying the Wix filters helped filter you through the wrecks?
Yes.
Okay.
I hate you for that pun, but yes.
I thought that was pretty good, though. Have you heard that one before?
No.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
So look at that. I'm 2 for 2. Nathan, talk about though your involvement here with the mod. A fantastic painter, designer,
yeah.
whatever I don't know what the term that everyone likes to use. Talk about your involvement, how you got involved, why you got involved, and how much fun is it to be working on such a big project?
It's very fun. The way I got involved, I just me and Thomas go way back in league racing to like 2019, 2018. I was just when he posted that tweet about the Camaro being in the game, I DM'd him and asked if I could paint, and he said sure, and he invited me to Discord, and sooner or later I just started painting, and I've been cranking out these schemes, putting them on Twitter, and people like them, and I think that's helped build interest for the mod, and it's very fun to paint on these templates. They're pretty easy.
I think that's good news for the folks at home too, right? Because I think sometimes we
Oh yeah.
there are definitely some notorious mods.
Yeah, it's nowhere near Bullring 11 or 12. It's really easy.
Talk about this group of guys. It feels like it's a special group, right? Because it seems like everyone is very willing to all pull in the same direction. That's an accurate statement, right? Like what?
We're all a very tight-knit group of people, and we all work really well. So I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. Does that has to help with the whole process too? Because it's a lot of back and forth, right? With developing something as big as this.
Oh yeah. Usually Thomas will say something, and then we'll try it out, and he'll usually send like a build. We'll try it out, see if it works, and then he has a feedback channel where we can give improvements on it and suggestions. And it's a pretty fluid process, and it gets a lot of stuff done.
What's the one thing you think people, while they're waiting for this mod to come out, that you think they're going to be more excited about? That maybe they not necessarily that they don't know about, but maybe that they're underestimating the value in it.
I think the generic body will be the most useful because you can put any manufacturer on there. There's an Audi, I think, already been shown. There's a Dodge, and Noah said he might work on a Chevrolet SS template, so it's going to be cool.
It's going to be cool. And Nathan, it was a pleasure to talk with you. Congratulations on the podium finish here tonight. That's got to feel
after getting ass packed under yellow, that was awesome.
You almost made it through the interview without a curse. We almost did it.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay. You're all good. I think the children are in bed by now, or should be at least.
Yeah.
But I know we linked in the description below your Twitter page, the Kenseth Fan 17. If I'm
_20. Yeah.
_20. I'm sorry, I got the number wrong.
Yeah.
My bad.
Kenseth Fan 17 _20 is the full Twitter handle.
Oh. Okay, so, but we got that linked in the description. We it's correct in the description. So is that the best place to get more info from you on your work and your posts?
I post a lot of my paint schemes there. Occasional, very controversial takes about paint schemes, and it's good fun. You should follow my account.
Definitely should. It is fun, and I am very happy that I made the decision. Go ahead and give you a follow, but
you will not regret it.
I
promise you that.
I haven't. But Nathan, before we let you go, floor is yours. Anyone else you want to thank, shout out, yell at, floor is yours to do so.
I just want to thank Chevy, Wix Filters, all the guys at the shop for bringing this hot rod down to Daytona. Got to thank Caterpillar. Once again, Chevy, they built a great SB2 motor tonight, and I'm just happy to be here.
And we can't thank you enough, Nathan, for taking the time to talk with us after this one.
No problem.
Hey, congratulations, and can't wait to see the continued success you and the rest of the group have with the development of this mod. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
No problem.
Nathan Gianni, driver of the number 5. He left. He didn't like the media center, Ricky. He didn't like it. He was not a fan. And this next guy we're going to talk to,
right out of here.
He bolted. His PR person said, "Yep, you can go." But the next guy that we're going to talk to, also not a fan of talking with us, even though always got some good insights. Mr. Mikey Murata, driver of the number 55 Napa Toyota here tonight. Mikey, you got a copy?
Yes. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty great. That was a lot of fun.
Was it? Why was it fun?
Honestly, probably because it was an exhibition race of all things. But I mean, I like painting on it and whatnot. Just getting an idea of what it looked like. I was like, oh, this looks cool. And then you get to do a race with it, and it's very nice.
Let's talk about that, Mikey, because you had a great race tonight. We can talk about that in a second, but you've done a lot of great work with like phone kind of what's the right wallpapers, right?
Wallpapers and screensavers and whatnot.
Yeah, done a lot of great work with that. I've known, Ricky's known that you're an excellent designer. Does it when you get grouped in with some of these guys, right? You got guys like you got Lefty, Kiani, James Hodge. There's all of them really. All great designers in their own right. Does that serve as some sort of validation for you for all your work?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, considering the following that some of these guys have, and that's not just. I mean, that kind of speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
How good they are if they can get a following like that, and it's pretty cool.
There's nothing more there, Mike.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I kind of ran out of words there. Ran out of steam. Ran out of steam.
Mikey, I like talking to you, buddy.
I don't like talking,
I know you
but
don't.
it's great.
We're gonna keep pulling the teeth.
Painful.
You M2 Designs under M2 underscore Designs 41 on Twitter. Link again. Everyone's linked in the description below. What are you most excited for going forward? Working with this group, working on the development of all this.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think once we see some of the schemes for next year revealed, maybe start working towards an official cup set. I think I'd be really looking forward to that.
More of a you like to have the design for you.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Originality is not always there, so it's nice to have a little reference.
Like to pull thing.
Yes.
But not copy necessarily.
No, it's more of a
inspiration.
Yes, inspiration.
I got you. I'm folks at home. I'm also Mikey's PR person, so it's very hard to keep the two things separate up here in the booth for me. So Ricky, why don't you ask a question?
Mikey, take us through that last lap there. You and Randall or that second to last lap. You and Randall were having a bit of a something there.
Oh yeah, well, see, I was actually hoping that wreck wouldn't happen because it even seemed like when I was just riding at the back that you were still not going to be able to make it on fuel. And I was hoping that it would go green and all those guys would run out and I could just maybe coast to the win or something. That'd be cool. But that's a completely different story. Randall did say he was going, obviously, to block me. He wanted to work together to get by the 22. I didn't really see that. I kind of had to run because he was stuck on the wall. I had to run. I was going to get to the 22 and get by him or something. But yeah, that's definitely the most fun I've had in a sim race in quite a while. And it was very fun.
Love to hear that, Mikey. Love to have the opportunity to talk with you after this one. Mikey actually won the second broadcasted race here at JTN from Talladega. Toot toot.
Hey.
But before we let you go, Mikey, I know if you got anyone else to shout out, again, tell the folks at home where they can find more information from you. The floor is yours.
God, I'd say all the guys at Fast, all the guys at USRL, everyone that's made me a better designer, a better person. You can check me out at M2 Designs, M2 underscore Designs 41. I got the purple background, and that is all.
Driver the number 55, Mikey Murata. Mikey, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us after this one.
Yes, thanks, guys, for having me.
Mikey does a great job as always. We will go ahead. We'll do one more, Ricky. How's that sound?
All right, that sounds good.
That sound good? Driver of the supposedly my entry list said 7, and then he decided to do some math and multiply it by 3, or arithmetic, as my high school math teacher would say. Mr. Noah Sweet. Oh, you got a copy?
Indeed, I do. Hello.
How'd that race go? How did you feel? 4th place finish here tonight.
I was sweating a lot. It was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed myself. I've been doing a couple like little AI races with the paint schemes I've made, but I haven't really got to feel that competition with the next gen mod. I really, really like how wide the cars are. I kept mentioning that throughout the entire race. I'm just like, and these cars are wide. And everybody like, yeah, you said that like 8 times. But I had to change into the 21 because there was a severe lack of Ford Mustangs in the field, so I had to change it.
I think everyone appreciates you for that, because let me tell you, I was very scared that we weren't going to see one of those Fords, because that's the best looking next gen, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of Kiani voices his opinion a lot that Chevy's the best one, but I'm hopping boat. I'm going from Chevy to Ford for the next schemes that I do. I love the Ford so much.
Well, the schemes that you're going to do. Let's talk about that, because you are one of the best right now at the game, right?
Oh, shucks.
Is that fair? That's fair.
I mean, there's a couple I'd like to put above me. Yeah. I mean, I take pride in my work, but
it's a council.
I wouldn't say I'm like...
It's a council, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But how much fun is it to paint on this mod? Because a lot of times when new mods come out, there's issues with the way templates line up, with the way... you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain it. People at home know. But this mod's really fun to paint on, right?
It's very, very nice. Yeah. The big part for sure is the fact that the cars are down to the brass tacks symmetrical, which is really, really, really great for when you're transferring your design from driver's side to passenger side or vice versa. And the front end is also symmetrical. The rear end symmetrical. Everything is nice and symmetrical. It's painting is gonna be a lot easier. There's still a few things that we're smoothing out. I've been working on the templates, I think, since it was like an alpha, like before anybody even knew this mod was coming out. The first thing I made was a Camaro, and there's been some pretty big steps. And as far as what these templates do, as far as tires go, as far as the rims go, because these rims are a big change from obviously the Steelies to these really fancy looking racing rims. So it's been a little difficult to tackle, but I mean, Thomas is doing a fantastic job modeling. Thomas doesn't get enough credit. Like, he's doing a fantastic job, like so much progress, so much stuff that hasn't even been like shown to the public yet. That's just amazing. And it is so amazing. Like I can't state enough just how great of work he does.
Well, you brought him up, and I was talking with him earlier tonight, and he said it was, it kind of validated his work, because early on in the process, when he was originally showing off models, you were one of the guys that kind of, correct me if I'm wrong too, contacted him about, hey, is there anything I can do to help, or I'd love to work with you on it. That's correct, right?
Yeah. I think it was through Facebook.
Yeah.
It was through
he
Facebook
said through the
post he was making, yeah.
NR2003 fans or page, right? What? And he said it meant a lot to him, right? Because you're one of the top guys. Not the top, because I'm not going to embarrass you, but one of the top guys. How about that? It's like, does that work? That works?
Yeah, sure. I'll
You'll allow it.
Yeah.
You got it. That's got to make you feel good too, because when guys, because it makes him feel good that you worked with him, but also the fact that, I don't know where my question's going. I'm terrible at these. The collaboration, right? It has to feel good working with a great group of guys, because it seems like everyone here is where everyone's pulling in the same direction, right? I mean,
there's good chemistry.
Yeah,
we all pretty much know each other, so there's really no like boundaries. We can joke around and stuff, and we can be pretty to the point on what needs to be changed. We're not trying to sugarcoat things, because we're not trying to hurt each other's feelings. So it makes progress go by a lot quicker that way. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure I probably would have found out about, this mod a little later on, in its progress. I'm not sure how much I've really contributed as much as just the templates go. But templates can be a really big part. A lot of people use NR2003 as a means for progressing themselves in graphic design, because it's a really, really great open community where you can use these models to better yourself in painting. It's how I started out. So I know how important it is for these, for that half of the mod to be taken care of and to be very, very user friendly, and people can use it and whatnot. And it's something that is kind of sort of underrated with mods. You like templates. Whenever templates come out, usually people don't download it as much as car files, because not a lot of people have a means to do it. So there isn't really that big of a group of people who nail them down perfectly, and that's what I'm essentially trying to do, because these templates, it's displayed, a lot of the templates displayed on the car compared to most mods. You got, the wheel and the tire, and it'll be nice for customization as far as the mod goes. It's just there's a lot of important things that I think everybody's working on, and as far as my half goes, it's just templates. So obviously there'd be a couple of my paint schemes in the mod, but that's a given. So
What would be your biggest piece of advice to someone that's maybe this is going to be their first chance to really, maybe they're newer to the game, maybe they're newer to the community? What would be your biggest piece of advice if they want to start getting into designing?
Communicate. Like, just talk to people. Just make conversation, learn from people. That's one thing that I usually tell people a lot is a lot of your knowledge is going to come from who you know. There's going to be a lot of things that you can't learn on your own. You can learn crafts from this person. You can learn this from that person. You could really benefit when you communicate and talk to people and work with people. Because a lot of designers like to stay to themselves. They don't like to talk to people. Most of us are really, really conserved to ourselves. We usually don't talk to a lot of people. And it's really hard to watch sometimes, because I really encourage it on social media too. Like, just interacting with other designers and even interacting with drivers can do so much for you. As far as like networking and garnering knowledge, like. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have learned half of the resources that I could be using now if I wasn't communicating with guys like Brian Pastana, Pantalica, Harris Liu. If I never talked to those guys, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at as far as designing goes. So, to kind of narrow that down, just talk, just be open, be open to a lot of things. Don't take criticism too harshly, use it constructively. And whenever you are giving any sort of criticism, just make sure you add in a little tidbit of like, hey, I do like this though, end it off on that, just so you can give a little bit of confidence, I guess. Yeah, but sorry, I'd probably ramble a lot.
No,
when I
you're
start
good.
Going off.
I think that's a really good answer, because I think that is especially with the way the last year and a half has been for a lot of people too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's great advice, because people really underrepresent how important that communication is, especially in something like where it's art, right? It's art. It's not something that's just for designing paint schemes on a game from 2003. It's art as a whole that collaborative thing is really big. But Noah, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. I really appreciate it. And
yeah, of course.
Obviously, is it Lefty or Lefty Designs on Twitter? Forget.
I forget too. I think it's Lefty_Designs.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have it linked in the video description. I don't have, but it's down there. Y'all at home, you already know him though, I'm sure. But before we let you go, Noah, anyone else you want to shout out, thank, the floor is yours.
My cat just walked in. I'd like to thank my cat for not walking in while I was racing and interrupting me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Brick. Thank you. I appreciate it. He's rolling around on the rug now.
Noah,
right.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations on all the success so far. Can't wait to see what else you do, and go blue.
Yes, go blue. Don't forget it.
Don't forget it. Please don't make that scarlet and gray car. Please.
I will not.
Please.
No money in the world will.
Exactly.
No money in the world. All right.
Thank you, Noah. Noah Sweet, driver of the number 21 here tonight, number 7 in hearts. Ricky, that does it from us here on JTN tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it does. It's a little. I hope everyone at home appreciates all the work that these guys have put in. We're just a little part to be able. We are so lucky to be able to show it off to you guys at home, and can't thank you guys for the turnout here tonight to show your support to them. Because all the thanks, all the appreciation has to go to Thomas and his entire team at Full Circle Racing Designs for the work that they've put in to help continue to keep this game alive, despite next gen. You know what I mean? It's NASCAR's changing, and the game's going to keep going with it. despite their best wishes. But Ricky, we got more great racing on our docket. We're going to be back live tomorrow night from Daytona with Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action there. Going to be a great night. You're going to want to tune in if you liked the racing, if you liked hearing from us. If you like the racing, it's probably more likely. But Ricky, got any other closing statements before we head out of here?
Those cars are really dang pretty.
They are. They're going to be so good. And you're going to want to make sure you're following Full Circle Racing Designs on Twitter to stay up to date with all the big information coming out about the mod. Hashtag We Are Full Circle. Folks, thank you so much for watching. For all of us here at JTN, for Ricky Collette, for Bristol, our producer, I've been Joe Twansky. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, and we hope to see you tomorrow night live here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh, Maverick! Turn wide!
What that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind them. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Comes Musa. Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.